Hey guys, another day, another comment response. So this video I actually posted a while back, and it was just a short. And I posted it, and then it became public, maybe like a few weeks after I made it. And now by the time you guys are seeing this, it may have been a little bit. But anyway, in the short, I was basically just saying, hey, wear whatever you want. It's not that serious, right? And for the most part, it was just like lighthearted. I threw a little joke in there. Like, I thought it was gonna be funny, but some people didn't take it to be that funny. I still don't understand the concept, and maybe that's on me. Like, maybe it's on me. Just personally, I don't see how what somebody else is wearing affects your day. I think that there's so many other things that I could be upset about, and what somebody else is wearing isn't one of them, you know, unless it's something like super offensive. But I just, once again, like, what do I care? It's what. I'm sorry. I'm tired of the bullshit. No. Once again, I digress. I don't understand why it's such a big deal. I didn't realize that video would have the amount of comments that it does, especially given that it has so few views, and all the comments are basically saying like, you're wrong, you know, whatever. Cool, fine. We're allowed to have differences in opinions. We are. I just personally don't understand, you know, and that's okay. It's okay for me not to understand your opinion. Feel free to, like, let me know what it is that gets people so offended by what other people are wearing, because that's just a concept that I can't grasp. I'm not trying to be like bitchy when I say it. I'm genuinely curious what it is, because I have that problem with my mom all the time. You know, she fluctuates between like, if you got it, flaunt it, and like, why are you wearing that? You look like a slut right now. And I'm like, why does it affect your day what I'm wearing? It doesn't. The only reason why I care about what teenagers are wearing is because they're teenagers. I feel like you have to, I don't know, like, kids are our responsibility as a society to take care of. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, yes and no. Like, what somebody else's kid is doing isn't my business. But I just personally, it makes me sad to see teenagers wearing very, very little, because rape is so common, because it's so common to infantilize women just in general. It makes me sad to see, because teenagers, and I know I'm gonna get hate for this next part, so bear with me. Teenagers are, you know, young and naive, and maybe haven't seen a lot of the world yet, right? So they don't understand why that's an issue to wear what they're wearing, you know. And like I said, I feel like, I just feel some sort of maternal instinct that's like, I want to help you, you know. But other than that, like, if you're a grown-ass adult, 18 years old, still teenager, but if you're 18, you're a grown-ass adult, wear whatever the fuck you want. It's not that serious. Like, it's not. There are so many other things for me to be upset about. That, once again, rape upsets me. Like, that's what upsets me, not what people are wearing. I don't give a fuck. No fucks were given what somebody was wearing. And yeah, that goes for men too. Like, somebody was upset because he was like, well, men have it so much harder when it comes to fashion than women. Okay, why? Is that a rule that exists, or a rule that we made up? I get this, societal pressures are difficult. I get that. And I feel like both genders can war all day long about who has it worse. You know, and I like to say, oh, women have it worse. That's because I'm a woman and I'm biased. I personally don't know what the societal pressures are on men when it comes to fashion. I don't know. Actually, that's a lie. I do kind of know, because I feel like we push so many things on people that probably shouldn't be pushed. So maybe men do have it worse when it comes to what we feel like they should be wearing. And that's just sad. Wear whatever the fuck you. It's not that serious. It's not. Like, the most masculine men I know paint their nails and they're super fucking masculine and super straight, and they go get their manicure like, and that never occurred to me that was an issue, because I personally don't care. Whatever makes them comfortable, so I'm just gonna highlight a couple of the things said in that comment, because that was the first comment. I appreciate you being the first. Thank you for having an opinion, for responding. I don't really look at it from the guy's point of view, so it was an interesting little time for me to take a step back and be like, well, maybe they're right. Maybe let me look at this. I don't know. I'm not a guy. I don't know what societal pressures you face. I'll say that, like, I know what societal pressures I face, and I can speak on that until I'm blue in the face. But I don't know. Personally, though, I will say that no, I don't. Like, he made some comment about seeing men in short shorts. Wear your short shorts, dude. Like, if I feel like, especially for activewear, that's gonna feel so much better. Wear your short shorts. I do not care. No fucks forgiven. I'm not sexualizing you for wearing short shorts. I'm not demasculating you for wearing short shorts. Wear whatever makes you comfortable. No fucks forgiven. Once again, your masculinity is defined by you. Whatever makes you feel masculine, right? Your sense of being a man is defined by you. Whatever makes you feel like a man. Society, it's all made of rules. Who cares? Wear your short shorts. And the same goes for anything. He was like, well, unless you want to see old men in Speedos. Sure. Wear a Speedo. I do want to see old men in Speedos. First off, if you're old and you still care so much that you want to wear something but you're not, that's sad. That's sad. Who cares at that point? Who cares at any point? Wear a fucking Speedo. Like, wear what you want. Wear whatever you want. And then made some comment about, like, wearing black on a summer wedding day. I'm not touching that. Because it could be a cultural thing or whatever. Like, I don't know. There's too many things that are involved in wedding planning for me to touch that. But personally, if I ever get married again, which I highly doubt, a big part of me wants to, I'm your typical girly girl. Of course I dream of it. But I doubt it. It would take so much for me to get married again. If I ever get married again. If we decide to have a summer wedding. If, we decide to have it outside, whatever. Personally, that man that I marry can wear whatever he wants. I am very straight. I'm very attracted to masculinity. So I know, regardless of what he's wearing, he's like a very manly guy. He could wear a dress for all I care. Like, wear whatever you want. It doesn't affect me what somebody else is wearing. What does affect me is taxes, pedophiles being in office. Like, so many things actually affect me that I actually care about. No fucks were given on what people are wearing. Once again, the only reason why I care about what children are wearing is because they're children, and there are we can't ignore that predators exist. So, that's the only reason why I care about children are wearing. But anyway, I digress. Another comment was like something about the laws. She said that public indecency is a law in almost all the states. Yeah, there's a law against public indecency in almost all the states. Those laws are then further defined by local laws, right? City laws, county laws, whatever. Like, there's so many laws. Here's the thing. Pushing aside the fact that the average American commits 3 felonies a day, and that's mostly due to the fact that we just aren't aware of what all is law, and it would be nearly impossible for somebody to study it for so long. Not even lawyers are aware of everything that's a law in the United States. There's too many laws. There's so many. And there's niche laws, and there's little and there's caveats, and there's this and there's that. So the average American commits 3 felonies a day. That's a fact. Look it up. So forgetting that, putting that aside, let's look at the actual law for public indecency. Most of the time, the way that it's worded is essentially, if you're a woman, you have to have your nipples covered, which means that you can be out without a shirt. And that's what I said in the video, like, take your top off if you want to, right? So most state laws, if there's a law against a woman not wearing a shirt, most of them will have that caveat, as long as your nipples are covered, you're fine, right? And then you dive further into, this is where we get into city and county laws. Those can differ just a little bit, right? And personally, I'm not looking up every county in the United States, so I can't speak for where you live. I don't know. It's not my business, right? I don't care. But my local law states the same thing. Keep your nipples covered. Cool. So I can be out with my top off. As long as my nipples are covered, it's fine. Am I going to? No. Would I? If I wanted to? Sure. I have no reason to want to, but if I wanted to, I would. And I would give no fucks. And neither should you. Because what I'm wearing doesn't affect you. At all. Not even slightly. If you don't like it, you don't have to look. Okay, well, that's all I gotta say. I don't know. I just thought it was silly that people are getting super bent out of shape about it when there's so many other things that I would think would be way more controversial. I posted a video about my thoughts on abortion. I thought that one would get so many hate comments, but it didn't. But this one, for whatever reason, had people all worked up. I digress.